with you today. Not even tripping. I tell you, nobody, bro.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 New Orleans Saints.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It's a pickup of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun here, Shuck. There's Chris Olave. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, you want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age. An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Shuck. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with ETN. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This one from 46 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Addison will go in motion left. Throwing now is Murray. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. About 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And this throw will be intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I think this was going to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. After the turnover, here's Murray. He's got Mason complete. Yeah, he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Mason, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
Extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Saints 3.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own
out on the field comes New Orleans. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
In motion right, Olave. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 47. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Shuck now to throw. Still going inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last.
Saints, first down. First and goal.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Come. And it's through, and that makes the lead at 10-7.
Makes the
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now 3rd down and 7. Murray now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Jefferson has his first catch. He also has a first down.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Mason going to get it on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. A 40-yard punt, giving 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
at the 15-yard line.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
On play action, Shuck. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Saints first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing, Shuck. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
ETN up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Here's 2nd and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. On second down, ETN once more. And a short gain here, down to the 22. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
This one taken in by Olave. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. The end result, 21 yards.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Play fake. Murray. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
The offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run for it with Mason. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Shuck. To the right side, he's got Baylor. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
To throw now, Shuck. Screenplay, here's Etienne. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 3. To throw is Shuck. Goes in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now a 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Olave holds it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
This will be caught inside the 10. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Shuck taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints are able to widen their advantage.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13.
Vikings 7.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And they've got some stuff to build on from that. They tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Murray now to throw. Slant route, and he's got Addison. It's the first time that they looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Open man, that's Felton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down. A gain of 15. And the Vikings.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now a 2nd and 2. An inside give to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. To throw, it's Murray. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison from 17 yards out. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
ETN bringing in another one.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. At the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Shuck. This is Fant on the short completion. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Shuck now to throw. That's taken in left side by Vele. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not not wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He's had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Murray now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing again, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it.
A very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Vikings.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Murray going to throw. This is caught. Touchdown.
Ty Felton.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Vikings are back within a score.
That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
This is the tight end fan. And they work this well up field across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A handoff for ETN.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Throwing, Shuck.
He's got his big tight end, Fan. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
At the 21-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Off the option, here's ETN.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
18-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
31 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's another Saints first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Shuck. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. That turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
2nd down and 10.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw now, Shuck.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring it down and sack back at the 16-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Well, now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings head out to take over once again.
Looking to put a drive together. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Murray.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First down. A gain of 9 yards.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
Now Murray off play action. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 2.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing now is Murray.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Jefferson's pass, thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Murray now going to do it himself.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had it because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Murray now going to do it himself. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Back now here live in New Orleans.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
Here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Looking to put a drive together.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And Odom is swarming behind the line, and his rough night continues.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one down the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets yards into enemy territory. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 more yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Play fake. Murray. And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Murray keeps it himself. And he will have the Vikings first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 7.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And he's got it. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the lead. And he'll get it. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A give running right, ETN.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
In motion, the tight end.
To throw is Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Olave holds it in. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
A give, it's ETN off the option. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, right back to ETN.
And he'll get this down over to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a quarterback sneak.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's a give to ETN.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Once more from the 11, second and 10.
They'll look to throw.
He'll get that underneath TTN.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
A big play in this football game. Third down and 1. Off the option, here's ETN.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here we go. This is fourth down. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. He'll try to do it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
And that was an impressive drive. But I think we're going to talk about being way more impressive because of who led them. A rookie quarterback in that spot, putting his team in front, that's big league.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And they'll turn to Kamara.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
Vikings 31.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 34-31. A minute 13 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with a minute 7 remaining. Here's second down and 3. To throw is Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Though, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
Back to throw. Murray. Throw to the right. Hauled in by Addison. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's first and 10 now. Now Murray. Open man, that's Felton.
And the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This is first and 10. Murray to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's first down. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Up the middle, Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Murray, one final try. It is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.